Hello everyone and welcome to the final exam. So this is for my CIT 111 class, and so this week is the final. It's actually going to be an open book test. So what we're going to do is, in this, you're going to watch this video, and we are going to, I'm going to create a new document here. All right, pull this over. So you're going to watch this video, make some notes here. Step one. Congrats, you are almost finished with this class. All right, so almost there. All right, step two, watch video. Step three, create application based on video. Step four, modify source code to modify source code to requirements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to build an application that allows us to, let me see if I can demo something here for you 1 second. All right, so we have this application here. This is what we're going to develop, but it's going to be a little bit different. Like in this one here, I have Jeff Seaman. Actually, let me, phone number 724-555-0202, email jseaman@ccac.edu. I'm not using a database, but I'm using just objects on the screen, so it allows me to add this. So let's say that we choose somebody, another student in the class. We want to add someone else's information here. So for example, let's say, let me think of someone here. See, the first person pops up. All right, so let's say that we wanted to add our name, Lindsay Popovich. So I'm not making, we'll say her phone number is 412-012-3636. I don't know. And we'll just say at ccac.edu. Now that's not our account, but just add that. And let's say that, oh, we want to add another person. Let's say we want to add Mr. Alexander, and his phone number is 412-555-6363, and his email is tyleralexander@ccac.edu. All right, so we have these contacts here, and then you're able to remove them. So when you click on them, they highlight stuff because we're using CSS. So let's say, oh, we're gonna remove this person. We click this, remove. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to learn how to add and remove, but we're going to make it a little bit different. We're going to have you add your favorite movies and so forth. So we're going to add these values are going to be completely different. And what we're going to do is I am going to create this code based off of this. We're going to use name, phone number, and email. But the challenge for you guys to go in and change it up and say, hey, you want to input. Now, I could easily go in here and put a movie in here. I could put Hangover. And for phone number, I could put, for example, let's say that we wanted to put the year it came out. I don't remember what year it came out. I'll just say 2004. Let's say the next thing that we wanted to do is list from a 1 to 10. What do you think it was? We'll say it was a 7. We'll add it. Yeah, it'll add it. But we want you to go in and modify it. Instead of using name, we want to see movie name. Instead of phone number, we want to see something related to that. Maybe the genre of it. Was it a comedy? Was it a horror movie? And then maybe finally, what was the rating on it? What was the review? Maybe a review on it. Awesome movie, loved it, something like that. And you'll add it and be able to remove it. But the thing is, your code will have to reflect on that. So that's what this will be about. So let me again get started. All right, so let's go ahead and create a new project. And you'll see this is going to be a Java FX project. We will be using Scene Builder. So let's do project. So I'm just going to get this started for you. I'll call it Movie Database. And hit OK. Perfect. All right. All right, so now we have source and application. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wipe this out. I'll leave main in here because we want to wipe it out a little bit too. So actually what I'm going to do is, let's see, do I want to wipe main out altogether? We'll leave main there for now because we're going to change it up a little bit. So leave it as is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the files that we need to add. So the next thing that we need to do is add the necessary files. We're going to have a controller, so we could just do class and do controller. And we're just going to add the shells for now. I don't need that there. All right. Oh, come on. Let me close you out, man. All right, there we go. All right. We're going to right click on it and do class. And this time we're going to add, let's see, call it movie names. Movie names. And I'll just keep it as that. Movie names. And then we need an XML file. So we're going to do right click, other, go into your Java FX and choose this. And we're going to call it, what do we call our application? Let me think. All right. So we're going to call it application because that's the name of our that is the name of our thing. We don't have to call it. Yeah, we'll just keep it that application. And this is going to be a VBox. So we're going to make an application fxml, which will be correlated to this. So we have all our shells. So right now, you should have a controller, a main, a movie names, and an application. Perfect. So first thing, let's see if we can open this up in Scene Builder. So right click and open Scene Builder. We should have nothing, which should be fine. Awesome. So we have nothing. This is good. So I'll minimize that for now. And we'll just go ahead and kind of get started a little bit. So I will start with the main package first and see what we have to shave out here a little bit. All right, cool. So let's see what we have imported here. We have stage, scene, we have application. So I'm going to add some things here. Import JavaFX .fxml loader. And one thing I'll point out is you'll have the opportunity after today, Thursday, which is the May 3rd. So you will have after tonight's class all the way up to the night that you take the final. So your final will be, you'll start it actually at 5 p.m. The final will begin at 5 p.m. and it'll be over. You have 2 hours to take the exam, I believe. So it'll be over at 7 o'clock. So with that, you have 2 hours to take the exam, and that also includes doing this coding exercise. So you have up to 7 p.m. to turn that in. And we'll talk about that tonight in tonight's class. All right, so we need a parent class. So I'll import JavaFX.scene.parent. All right, stage, scene. We should be good. We have border pane. We don't need border pane because we're using VBox. But let's see here, VBox. So let's add VBox for now. All right, and let's change this to VBox. Perfect. All right. We might not even need that, but let's see here. All right, so we're doing an override, public void start, primary stage. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to add some code here. We're going to add an exception, throws exception. In case it blows up, we're allowing it to add an exception. All right, great. So we added that. We have a try here, which is fine. We are, like I said, I'm going to change this around a little bit from what we have. So I'm going to wipe some of this stuff out a little bit. So let's do this. Let's wipe this all out. I'm going to start off clean here. Perfect, perfect. All right, so let's do parent root equals F .xml. This loader thing always messes me up. .load get class .get resource, and then we'll name our, we call it application.fxml. Alright, so I jacked it up somewhere here. Change to get class. I think I added that. Alright, so that was uppercase. See how easy it is to mess it up? Alright, so we have that. Now we need to set the title. Primary stage. I forget how to set the title. No, actually I don't forget how to set the title. That's one of the challenge things. So I'm going to put it here. Set title is required. Title name is whatever you want to call it. So it could be Janet's fave movies. Something like that. So I'll let you figure out how we set a title. I'll leave that to you. Alright, so the next thing I need to do is set the scene. So I'm going to do primary stage.set scene. And we're going to do a new scene. Root. And I'll do 800 times 600. Perfect. Alright, now we're going to do show primary stage dot show. Perfect. So we have our start already built up. We're looking good. We have our launch built up. That's looking good. So that's all we have to do here. Now you have to figure out how to set a title. And I think we know how to do that. Oh, we need to get rid of that extra exclamation mark. And you know what? Since we're not using this, we could wipe this out too. Perfect. So we're looking good. So you have that one challenge there. The other challenge is, okay, up here, let's put it here, add a legend here. So now you need to do two things. Add a legend and set a title. That's pretty easy, right? Alright, so let's save that. We're looking good. Alright, easy final. Alright, so we're moving on. So now we're going to start talking about our movie names. And this should be easy here too. Alright, so this will be a different way. Alright, so we have our class, we have our public class movie names. And so now what we need to do is we need to describe what, if you remember in the video, we talked about name, phone, and email. So we need to think about what that movie is going to be. So I'm going to start off and say, whoops, string text. I'm going to say string movie name. All right, and then I'm going to do string. We'll say genre, however you want to pronounce it. And what else can we use? So if we went to IMDb and looked up a movie, so let me look up something here and get an idea. So let's go to IMDb. All right, so look up a movie like number 4. So we looked up I and number 4, and we have the movie. We have the genre, which it could be action or adventure or sci-fi. So one of the 3 options there. It's all. And we need something else to list with that. All right, so now we need to figure out what else we want to put on here. We could put the people that was in the movie, like this. This is the movie I was in, and I use this one for example. I met this guy right here, Alex, pretty nice guy. So you could put the star actors. I didn't meet Tiffany, but I met Teresa Palmer, and obviously I met with DJ Caruso. I did a lot of work with him. So we can maybe put, let's say that we'll use the director. We'll put the director's name. So let's go back to this and we'll say, actually, let's see, was there a rating on that? Let's see, did they have a rating? Okay, they have a rating right here, 6.1. So let's use rating instead. That might be better. So we'll do, in this case, we'll do rating. All right, perfect. So we'll put rating. All right, so now we're going to do a public, and we'll call it, we'll keep it the same name because this is like a constructor. So we'll call it movie, if I can spell right, movie names. And then we're going to pass in parameters. We're going to pass in, so this is like our instance variables up here. And we're going to pass in this information. Why is that not like that? Oh, because I don't have this completed yet. No big deal. So I'll do string, and we'll put movie name. We'll do string, and we'll do genre. And we'll do string, and we'll do rating. Okay. So we need to do that right there. Perfect. All right. So now we need to initialize these instant variables. Let's see here 1 second. All right. So we have movie names, movie name, genre, and rating. All right. Cool. All right. So now we need to do this dot movie name equals movie name. Now, what we could do is we have movie name equals movie name. We're saying that this guy right here equals this guy right here. So let's say that we change this to name. All right, so that's not going to work. So I'd have to change this to name. See what I mean? But I'll change it back. All right, then we will do this. Actually, this will be where you will add the genre. I'll let you figure out how to do this. Genre, you will add rating. So that'll be your challenge to figure out that aspect of it. Then you need to do text equals, well, I'm gonna comment this out here and let you do it. So it'll be the value text that we have up here equals your value. So the first one I did was movie name. So you would be plus quotation mark, comma, plus, and then you would put your other values, plus I'll put other variables here. Okay, so you'll put these other guys that you're listing there, and then you'll end it. So this is another challenge on this page. The last thing on this page is we need to create an override. All right, so what we'll do here is we'll do public string, and I'll write this one out because I don't expect you to know it, to string, and we'll do return text because we want to return the text value. All right, so this is almost finished. It needs you to finish the rest of it, okay? So I'm gonna save it. So we've finished two things. Main, you have a challenge on a legend, you have the challenge of how to figure out the title. We also have movie names, and you have some challenges here. Pretty straightforward, I like to say. All right, what is left? Controller, and we still have to do this guy right here. Let's do the controller and program him. All right, so we need to import some stuff. I am just going to copy and paste these libraries over that I need. It's going to be copy. Done them all out there. So I'm going to do Control V. So those are libraries that we're looking at. We may change them, but those are the ones I'm going to use. And let's see, I need another one. I need to import java.auth. Actually, put it down here because it's going to be a little bit different. Oh, jeez, not that. All right, so I'm going to do import static java.auth .system color .text. All right, so I didn't like that. Why did that not I spelled, oh, so yeah, it's system color, lowercase. Jeez. All right. Alrighty. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt. All right. So we have public class controller. Now we need to implement this. There's going to be, we need to do initialize, and we're going to have to create an override for that. So before we even do anything, let's come down here, create an override in, and we'll call it public, if I can spell, void initialize. So we'll do URL, which will be the location, and we'll do resource bundle, which will be resources, and we'll do this here. I spelled something wrong. We'll do list dot set items, and then we'll do movies. So some of this is not going to work because it doesn't look right. All right, so what did I jack up on here? Well, because let's copy this, cut it out. It has to be within this post here in the public class. So I'll just throw it down here for now. All right, still doesn't like it though. Why? Is it remove override annotation? We'll come back to that because this should work. All right, so let's do implements initial. All right, so I guess it needed that, but the list doesn't like. And probably because we haven't, because we didn't, okay. The list don't work is because we didn't create the list view yet. And movies is because we didn't create the movies thing. So no big deal. We'll get there. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're going to type in observable list. We did this before. And what we want to do here is we want to put our information here. So like we call this, let's see here. What did we call this? Movie names. All right, so we want to name it movie names. All right, so we have observable list. We'll call it the same thing how we have it. We call it movie names, right? And then here I'll put movies. And I'll put equals fx collection dot observable array. So this is not where I don't want you to have to know this part. I mean, I do want you to know this part, but I want you to observable array list. Okay, cool. Looks good. Even though I can't spell, I don't think. I think I spelled that wrong. Yeah, see, I can't spell. All right, so I'll do file f equals new file. If I can spell again. So what we're going to do here is when we create that list, we're kind of creating a text file per se. So I'll call this movies.txt. All right, we're getting to your challenge here. So now we need annotations. We'll have fxml, and we'll have public list view, and we named it list, which that guy should disappear in a second here. See, now it disappeared. Now it just says that we're not using it. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm going to do this one for you and let you figure out the rest. So we need to do fxml, our annotation, and we'll do public text field, and we'll call it movie name. Now I need required to do 2 more declarations. For what? What are you going to declare? You're going to declare genre and rating. So you'll need to figure out how to do that. Just follow this and you'll be fine. Remember what value that you're using. They're both text fields, okay? All right, now moving on. Now we need to create a how to add a value. So we're going to create a new method called public void add movie. Add movie. So it's going to be when you add that, like we did the person, we're going to add a movie now. Okay, so we're going to do throws IO exception. Perfect. All right, so we named our thing up here movie names, so we're going to use that. Paste it in there. All right, movie names. I'm going to call it movie name. Movie name equals movie names. And then we're going to do name, actually not name. So we're not going to finish all this. All right, so we're going to do movie name dot get text. All right, so something jacked up, and I think I know why. All right, so I'm playing with this, and we have to change this around a little bit. Actually, let me stop. So you add the two fields here. All right, so we have add movie. So I'm going to change this around a little bit. So I'm going to come up here because this is getting a little confusing. I'll call this movie for our main area right here, which pulls our area. We'll do movie text. So we're doing add movie, throws IO exception. So we're saying movie names, movie name equals movie names. We're going to pretend you didn't see this, but you kind of get the gist. You're going to add other items here. So your other fields that you have, this will be read out right now, but no big deal. You'll have to fix that and add the two guys that you declare up here. So that'll be your other challenge. You'll then, after you have that added, you'll then do, we call it movie. You'll do, let me move this over here, movie dot add, and then you'll put the name of that right there. So for example, we call it movie name. You'll call it movie name. Okay. Not that. All right. So now we need to do, what did you name it? We called it, we have it name here for now. We'll say name dot set text. You're saying what you're setting that value to, and we'll leave it as nulls. So these will be blank values. Do the same for genre and rating. So you'll need to add 2 more hints. Okay. Then we'll come down and do file writer. Now these don't look right, but this works, trust me, because we're missing some values here. Not a big deal. File writer FW equals new file writer F. And then we'll do FW dot append. Oh my god, this keyboard is killing me. FW. My fingers are too big and I can't type on here. Append. And then we'll put the name that we called it at the top. We called it movie. Actually, movie name dot toString. End it. Then we'll close it. All right, so that's good. All right, so this guy right up here, once you finish that, that'll be for adding. So you know, like when we click the add button, values were added, that's what that'll be there for. Okay, so we have this initialize. So let's go down here, and we need to have an instance for a method for removing stuff. Okay, so we have add and remove. So we'll do public void, and we'll call it remove movie, and I'll do movie names, and I will call it movie name equals movie names, parentheses, and then I'll do a list dot get selected section model dot get selected item, and then we'll do movie dot remove, and then we'll do what do we call it, movie name? Oh my gosh. Alright, so we're doing the movie. It's up here. And we're removing the movie name. So that's good. Alright. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Looking good. Alright, so we have this remove area right here. I want you to, another requirement, explain what this is doing. And I just told you what it's doing. Explain what this is doing. And I told you. Alright, so we have remove, we have initialize, so we have to change this for movies and make it similar to movie. Alright, so that'll look good. Alright, so this controller is pretty much done. You need to do on this controller page. Now we have some errors, but that's only because we're not done. You need to add the two other fields that we have here, which is genre and rating. Then you need to come down here and add it in here as well. Once you add in here, all this will disappear. And then this guy down here, guess what? He will also disappear as well. So all these guys will pretty much disappear. Let me look here, double check. Yeah. So it says it can't, you can import that, but that's not the problem. No, because we need to finish this. Once you finish this, this will work fine. All right, so minor challenges on this page. So I'll save it. All right, let's see what else. Okay, so we have that built. So the last thing we have to do is open up our, all right, let's see here. So we got controller, movie names. Just double checking. Main's done. Movie names is done. I can't remember what we added here. Application. All right, so we need to do our application. So let's open this bad boy up again. Keep disappearing. All right, so he's over here. So we're saving the greatest for last. All right, so we have it open here. We have VBox. Now we need to grab in some things. So we need, I know we need a text box. So let's grab our text fill. Sorry. Oh, geez. Text fill right here. So grab this guy. Don't grab the one that came with regular. So we'll do text fill down in. You can just drag it into VBox, and we'll need to name it something. Okay. So in this case, you want to name it what you named it over here. So we're going to have one for movie name. So you want to keep it movie name, because if you call it something else, then it's going to cause a problem. So let me find this guy here. So let's see here. FXID, go to code, FXID. I'm going to call it movie name. I think that's what I called it. I don't even know. Yeah, I called it movie name. So I don't even remember. We probably, come to think about it, go back to controller. We'll probably want to keep these guys the same. We'll probably want to change this to movie name, which means we'll come back here. This way it doesn't mess anything up. But you know what? That might be tricky though. You know what? Let's make it text, because these other things are correlating with movie name. So let's keep it name. And what we'll do is we'll actually come back over here. See, this is what things about programming, you screw things up. I'll call it name. Now we'll have this name. So we have to change this around a little bit. And we could keep it movie name here, that doesn't matter. I just want to make sure it's not jacked up. Alright, so we'll save that. Alright, we'll save that there, so we'll be good. Alright. So we'll take it back again here, and we'll make it name. Keep changing up here. Jeez. All right, making progress. You know what? We should have added the list view first. So let's come up here and type in list view. So this guy right here, he will be, I think he'll be outside of the VBox. Yeah, so think about how we add him. We could add him like that. I don't think that's how I want it though. Because if we click on this, okay, that's fine. Just trying to see how that works. You click on it, you have HBox. So we need to change some things up here. We need a HBox too. So let's click on this and drag it inside the VBox. It's very tricky here. I gotta think about how to do this. So I'm gonna wipe this out for a second, and I'll come back and fix that. And I'm gonna wipe this out for a second as well, and I'll fix that too. So now we have this VBox and HBox. Let's come up with list view. I'll drag it into HBox because we want it to be on that layer. Oops. All right. We'll fix that in a second here. If you get me, we want it to be on that layer so it doesn't cause a problem. So I think what we need to do now is click on list view. I apologize, I went all over the place here, and go on layout. We want to go down to pref width. I'm gonna set it to 200 by 200. And let's see, that should be fine, I think. Alright, so let's go to VBox and set that one to a higher width. Pref width is, where's that, 800, and the height should be about 600. Alright, so we're making some progress here. Alright, so now let me figure out what we did here. So we want to make the HBox 200 by 100. So I think I have that jacked up. So I put wrong numbers in. So I'm gonna put 100. And the list view. All right, so what do I got going on here? VBox is 800 by 600. HBox is 200 by 100, and list view is 200 by 200. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing. All right, it's 200 by 200. All right. All right, so that should be fine. But I don't like how it's like that though. Alright, so let's, alright, so I had this all jacked up, so it took a while. So I'm actually doing this on a whim. So 800 by 600, HBox, because I'm changing from the last one, 200 by 100, and list view. So you add your VBox, HBox, and list view underneath it. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to add text fields. So let's go down here and add a text field. I'm going to drag it into the HBox here. So we'll drag her right here. And then we need to give it a name. So in that case, we want to go to code here, and we want to call it name. All right. And then no injectable field found in FXML controller. Did I use the wrong one? Don't think so. So not worry about it. We also want to have a back information on here as well. So we wanted to have name, and we do have name. I guess it's under properties, I think. Yeah, where it says prompt text, we could put name. We could put movie name. Perfect, so it has movie name there. You can even indent it and make it in the center. We have center left, we could do center, that's fine. All right, so now we need to have another text field. So we'll drag another one down here. This one right here will be genre. So I'll come back to code and I'll call it genre. Then I'll go to properties and we'll do genre. Perfect. Then we need to have another text field. Same thing. Oops. And this last one, come down to code. We'll call it rating. I'll just put rating. And then we'll come up with the properties and we'll call it rating. Perfect. All right, so then we need two buttons. So let's do button. And these buttons are going to be in the same area. And I'm just going to add both buttons now. And change the values. Oh, no, not there. All right, so we have two buttons. One's going to be add and one's going to be remove. So we want to, this one on this time on the, let's change the name of it first. Where it says button, we'll put add, and this one right here will be remove. Oh, jeez. All right. So this one on action, when we do on action, we go to code. Where it says action, on action, it's going to be add movie. We don't have that program yet, but we could put it in here because we're going to have it in our controller somewhere. And then remove will be remove, and we'll call it remove movie. Perfect. So this is looking good. Now you could preview this. You go up the preview and show preview in window. At least you get an idea what our thing is going to have. So we'll be able to put what was your favorite movie. We could say shoot, Hangover. What was the movie? Action. I'll say comedy. It's more comedy and action. What was the rating? I'll say 8.2, and then you'll either hit add. Right now this won't work because we don't have it programmed, but you get my gist. And then when you change your title will say something else there as well. So I'm going to save that for starters. All right, so that's been saved. So let's go over to here and see what we got going on here. 1 second. Okay, so I noticed it's something we have to change. I'm not sure why it says sample, but over here it says sample.controller, and we want it to be application.controller. I'm not really sure where that came from. Kind of scary. So let's make it application. That controller so it can pick it up. Yes. So we go in here. Make sure I got it right. All right, so application.controller, that looks good. Genre, add remove movie. Then that will go into the controller, and it will look for remove movie and add movie. So that has to be matched. We have add movie, remove movie. We'll make sure it's all the same. Add movie underscore remove movie. Okay, we're good. So that should, what should happen is when the user clicks on that action event, he goes to this controller over here, looks for this method, remove movie, or this movie, add movie, and then it'll add it and remove it to the item. So it's all it's doing is creating a list and adding to a list and exiting a list and so forth. So that will be good. So that will allow you to add and remove the movie. So let's see here. That's pretty much it on this code. So just doing a review, when you create the controller, what you have to do differently, which is not much, you need to figure out what values go here, declare your values here, explain on requirement. In movie, you're going to come over here Oh my gosh. You have a legend, and then you're going to come up with a title. Movie names, you get the gist. You'll have to add something down here. And then application. Then you have to create the scene builder. That's it right there. So this will be due next week at 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But watch the video and you'll be able to figure out. Thank you for listening, and good luck on your final. Thanks. May the force be with you. Signing off.